Wow, you guys did not.
How can I help you? With you in a moment.
Like that video that I did on the creation of my DIY paint booth a little while ago. But what I hope, and based on the reaction on social media, this seems to be the case, is that you will at least like my first creation that has come out of it. Welcome to my guide on how to paint your graphics card. The GTX 980 Ti VR Edition from EVGA provides an industry-leading graphics experience as well as a 5.25-inch bay with easy access inputs for your VR device. Learn more at the link in the video description. After putting a couple of finishing touches on the DIY paint booth, including finally attaching the fan and putting a shroud of tuck tape around it, as well as taping the drop sheet on the floor to the plastic walls around the outside, it was time to disassemble the card. Now the objective here is to take it down as far as we can to its bare components, because the objective is not to just coat the entire thing in a layer of orange paint. I'm actually only looking to change the blasted aluminum parts, so I end up with this sick LTT black and orange color scheme. Now this procedure, and this is kind of cool, can be used for painting like what I'm doing, but it can also be used for cleaning out the cooler of many reference NVIDIA graphics cards from the last couple of generations. So make sure you're paying close attention if your GPU starts overheating. To begin with, you'll need a number 1 Phillips, a number 00 Phillips, a size 1.5 hex, and a size 2 hex, as well as a little bit of patience. Begin by removing the reference cooler from the PCB. All the screws on the back and the screws along with the hex-shaped DVI retention sockets need to come out. Pull the graphics card itself away from the cooler. We were lucky and all our thermal pads stayed in one place, making reassembly easy later, but if they don't, make sure you put them back somewhere safe. Then remove the 2 power connectors for the fan and the illuminated GeForce logo and put the video card somewhere safe. We won't need it until it's time to put the entire assembly back together. Now, we remove the screws for the top and bottom aluminum fascia pieces. One of them has a little bit of adhesive, so be careful not to bend it while you're pulling it off the cooler. From here, it's basically an exercise in find the screws and remove them. So we took out the screws holding in the plexi window and the ones securing the black shroud that sits around the fan, giving us a great look at the dark nickel-plated vapor chamber heatsink that NVIDIA uses on the 980 Ti. Then we worked our way towards the back of the card. All the black pieces will be put aside since we'll be keeping the factory finish, and the aluminum pieces, the last of which we get access to by removing these 4 screws that were exposed, are taken into the paint booth for preparation. The one screw that we didn't remove was the one holding in the cooling fan on the underside of the unisync that has all these thermal pads on it. There is no need to take this off, and I don't recommend painting a fan as it can ruin its balance, making it louder and potentially less reliable. Step 1. Prep solvent. I mean, we aren't working with car parts that have been driving around on muddy roads, so it's probably not necessary, but it can't hurt. Step 2 is sanding. So we actually took a wet sand run at it with 600 grit. I'm not sure if the anodized finish on these components would have interfered with paint adhesion, but I'm gonna play it better safe than sorry and remove it anyway. Then we wet sand with 1000 grit to ensure that our finished surface will be sexerific by the end. Dry the parts off, and it's time to set about priming. Here we went with 3 light to medium coats, waiting about 10 minutes in between them. With the experience I gained from this project, I would have gone back and done this with white primer, but gray was what I had at the time, and it ended up working out not too bad. Now, our ambient temperature was a little on the low side, so I actually ended up having to leave the primed parts in the office overnight to cure before I could sand off the dust and imperfections with a very light 600 grit wet sand, dry them again, and then move on to my favorite part, applying the base coat. For the color, I chose a Lamborghini orange that looked dazzling on the web and actually did not disappoint in person. The first coat, actually very mediocre. It had kind of a yellow cast to it, but as I applied more coats, the vibrancy of the color really started to come through. I ended up using 5 coats. Then, once we reached the clear coating stage, I actually made a very unexpected decision. Normally, I would want to apply my 4 to 5 clear coats and then wait 24 hours and use rubbing compound to bring the clear coat to that glassy, smooth finish. But with the wrinkle powder coat finish of the black components, I find I actually prefer the subtle orange peel texture of the parts without any further finishing. And I understand, normally this is a very undesirable effect in a paint job and considered the mark of a slapdash job, but you know what? YOLO. I like it and I am sticking with it. Which leaves reassembly as the only remaining step. Basically, do everything you just did while you took the card apart, but in reverse order. And you should have yourself an absolutely sick looking reference graphics card. Now, for those of you concerned about warranty on a mod like this, that is a very valid concern, but I was pleasantly surprised to find that on this EVGA card anyway, I actually didn't need to remove any warranty stickers to complete the project. And so, if you were to use Plasti-Dip instead of car paint, you could easily take it back apart and peel off the Plasti-Dip, reassemble it, and send it back for repairs. No big deal. So happy painting then, guys. Thanks to this guide, you can either clean your NVIDIA reference video card or save yourself the small loan of about $4,000.
Ayla here. So I can't what song it is. So that was Johnny Be Good by Chuck Berry, and a lot of people might know this intro from Back to the Future. Some of you might just know it because you're a huge classic rock fan. This intro solo is so iconic that even when people take licks from this and use it in their own music, everyone is still thinking about Johnny Be Good. Another reason why a mass and B-flat minor pentatonic would definitely work. But it just so happens that B-flat major pentatonic also works. And in case you didn't, which is move down 1, 2, 3 frets and play G minor pentatonic, which is actually, and what you should notice, where those major pentatonic notes, so this major pentatonic here, we can see. And then here's another major minor, major third. We're off into. And here again we have minor, major. And then here again we have minor, major, and then here again we have minor, major, and then
Our host is somewhere in there, enjoying his after party. Keep enjoying, Mr. Rubio. Keep enjoying while you can.
¡Auxilio, hijo de puta! ¡Hijo de puta! ¡Voy a recargar! ¡Empiece, pues! ¡Hijo de puta! ¡Yes, yes!
hundreds of frenzied mercenaries chasing after you. I mean finding the vault. I suggest we start with the building in the center of the compound. And if you see anything you like along the way, it would be a shame to leave it where it is.
¡Hijo de puta!
A la mierda con esto.
¡Maldita sea! ¡Protéjanse! ¡Hasta aquí llegó! ¡Morirá, hijo de puta!
Excellent!
¡Tumbaron a uno! ¡Piérdete! ¡Muérase, pedazo de mierda!
It would be rude not to check the safe, I think.
¡Muévete, rápido!
If you come up against a door you cannot open, I expect you've already killed the man with the key.
¡Cúbranme! ¡Rata de mierda!
Okay, we have what we came for. You ready to fight your way out?
¡Hijo de puta!
Get to the main gate. There will be resistance, but you stand a chance. They have backup on the way.
Estoy listo para darle. ¡Ya se
Remember,
va!
there is always time for some last-minute shopping before takeoff.
¡Se le acabaron las vidas, hijo de puta! ¡Alguien imbécil! ¡Tira la cosa a este puto malparido! ¡Acérquense
compound. This is the final straight. Fight your way through the last guards, and we get out of here. Check your GPS. Your extraction point at the North Docks should be there now. It seems like our host has been informed of the situation. They have their attack boats mobilized along the coast. Good news. Mr. Rubio's heading back to land. That's it. That's everyone. We regroup as soon as possible, then head home.
Hold it right there. Okay, you're good to go.
Hey, you made it. Hope everything went to plan. Mr. Madrazo only got back from the club a few hours ago. I probably set a new record for overtime. Yeah, we're good here.
Look at this. The perfect end to a party. The survivors. We've been going pretty hard, huh?
It's been emotional.
Why don't you sit down and stop making a fool of yourself, Evan?
I don't even know who she is.
We spent a week together in Tulum, asshole.
Come on, let's go sit over here.
Fuck.
Come, sit. So, success? Thank fuck. Excellent. Fucking wait till my dad hears about this. Hey, Dad. Yeah, no, this'll be quick. Just wanted to let you know that Strickler thing, the files, yeah, I did it. No, they're in my hand. Took care of it. It's done. Yes. So you know what? I was thinking that maybe you and I could sit down again and talk about that crypto deal or that condo project that I mentioned, remember? Dad? Dad, hello? The service here, it's just fucking third world, you know? So, where were we? Yes, payment.
Right.
I gave them the money.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and now that you know the drill, I say keep hitting that son of a bitch. He's always dropping money on flashy shit, trying to flex like some big man. Clean him the fuck out. You could bring anything to Jorge here. He'll fence it for you, no questions asked.
You got it.
El Rubio's recurring fucking nightmare. I love it. I don't even know if I want to look at these.
Excuse me.
No. Ugh.
What can I get you? Some fresh OJ? Coconut water?
Oh, no thanks. Really don't want to go, but
No.
life.
Shit! Fuck.
I love you guys so much.
You're hardcore, Mrs. M.
Wild night.
I'm gonna
Let's do it
miss
again
you.
sometime.
Bye.
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 Darling, so what is it?
It's nothing now. Nothing at all. It's over.
Thank you. This means a lot. Come on. The least we can do is offer you some champagne. And then I think I need to sleep for a week.